Hello and welcome to Banking Frontiers Live. I'm Sneha Agrawal, and today I'm here to introduce you to one of the leading lady luminaries of the BFSI sector on the occasion of International Women's Day. Today, for the same, we have Mauli Bodiwala, who is the AGM HR at Kalupur Commercial Co-op Bank. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Sneha.
So, today we'll be talking about habits. So, ma'am,
Yes.
what are the top
Hmm.
2 or 3 habits that have contributed in your professional success?
See, I will mainly focus about the two habits, which has contributed a lot in my life. The one thing is every day when we get up, we have lots many things. We get a call, we got a WhatsApp message, we have lots of other things to do, and we get diverted to many other things. But what we need to do is when we start a job, for the first 15 minutes, we should prioritize the things. We should not attend any calls, no meetings, nothing. We should know what I want to do it today, because many times it happens we get diverted to other place, and then after we find that there is no proper direction, so we go fast but the direction is wrong. So rather than doing that, what I prefer is just sit for 15 minutes, just decide what are my priorities for today. I list down the priorities, then how I can achieve these priorities that I consider, and then after I start working for that. So
Okay.
first is you need to prioritize your things first in the morning. Spend your 15 to 30 minutes just to list down the task that you want to complete it today. Now, once you list down the task, now you have to formulate the second habit. See, any task can never be accomplished by only one person. However competent you are, but you definitely need a good team. So everyone has a good team, but the thing is, we need to have a we approach rather than the I approach. As far as you progress in your life, you should focus more on the we approach. And it's a time to implement the we approach. So I have prioritized my things. Now I meet my team members, I discuss with them, I encourage them to give their own views. I do not interrupt when they give their ideas. But of course, the final decision after getting their ideas, that will remain with me only. Of
Yes.
course, you need to know what is the strength and weakness of your team members. Everybody has the strength and the weaknesses. Based on the strength, I delegate them the work. I again suggest you delegate the work in the first half only, so that they can have a second half or enough time to complete that task. Just giving a task and delegating of the same will not accomplish your goal. You need to have a constant follow up for the same also. So, just rather than giving a call, what I will prefer is wherever they are sitting, just visit to them. Don't inform them, so you can have an idea what they are actually doing. They are chatting or they are just spending a time on unwanted things. So you just visit them. I have a proper follow. And the third thing is, when your goal is accomplished, see, as I already told you, when we want to have a we approach, you need to definitely give the credit to your team members. So once you give them the credit, then again they will feel motivated, and they again work with the same energy and zeal and enthusiasm. uh, our own progress, we think a lot about for that. At the same way, we should think about the progress of our team members also. We should give them the directions, how they can work, how they can proceed in their professional life also. See, this feels them motivated that even their boss or the leader, they have an interest in his or her career. So I think so. These are the three main habits. First is prioritize your things. Second is have a we approach, have a meeting with the team members, delegate them the work in the first half of the day, have a proper follow up, and third is when the work is accomplished, you give the credit to them. So these are the main three habits which has contributed a lot to my own career.
So, which habits among these were a part of, they formed in the earlier part of your life, and which of these formed in the later part of your life?
Okay, so when we talk about the earlier part of my life, so the first is whenever I was in a school or you can say in a college, I was always prepared for a day. At that time, of course, the goals were a little different, that I want to study this subject, I want to complete this many percentage of my syllabus. So you have to prepare for a day. You should have a one soft board where you can mention everything what I want to do it today. So these are the things which I had since my childhood, or you can say when I was studying. The same habit I'm continuing now also. And the other thing which is very important is be informed. See, whenever I was studying, I was always knowing what are the alternatives available for my career. For that, you need to have a good interaction with the team member, whatever the your colleagues are there, or whatever the career. If we are talking about a career progression, then you can have a help of your seniors. So when you have a proper information, you can have a proper alternatives, and then you can finalize which alternative is the best for me. So these are the habits which were already developed in earlier part of life, which are still helpful to me currently also. And the other habits which are developed later on. So I will say what I said is we approach rather than the I approach. Because till the time you are studying, you are more focused on your own life. When I was working as a credit officer, I was more focused on the credit appraisal because I was working individually. I was just reporting to one head. But as and when I progressed in my life, I am now a HR head here. So I had a team of around 7 to 8 people, and I look after 850 staff members. So now I cannot have a I approach because my designation is different, my role and responsibilities are different. So approach which was previously I, and gradually it shifted to we because of my roles and change in the roles and responsibilities. So that habit was developed at a later part of my life.
Okay. So, moving on to the next question. What
Mhm.
is your wish list of habits that you want to develop in the future?
Okay. Other one habit which is a quick decision making,
Okay.
which is actually very important. See, as I told you, we have to be informed, but nowadays so much information is available. You can have information on a Google, WhatsApp, social media, from your colleagues, from your competitors. So we have lots many information, but the thing is that we need to take a quick decision, which is very important. Unless and until you get information but doesn't take a quick decision, you are not able to get the results. And you need to have a trust in your decision. See, many times your decisions may be correct, may be incorrect, but just delaying other decision will not give you the required reason. So I am just trying to develop that habit that I can take a quick decisions now.
That's absolutely right. Right. When I am dealing with that, even I tend to delay decisions. So, I'm trying to improve that.
Right.
So, can you share some instances where habits have
Mhm.
helped you leapfrog challenges in your career?
Yeah. See, I have a habit of never saying no. See, sometimes people say that you should have a habit of saying no also, but I had a habit that most of the times I never say no. So I just tell you one incident. I think so it is about 5 6 years old backstory when the RBI has conducted a case study competition, and they have invited all the banks to participate in that. So I was not much inclined to participate in that particular event. But at that time, the chairman of our bank, he insisted that there should be a very good participation from our bank. So he insisted that we should participate in this particular competition. And as I told you, I had never had a habit of saying no. So I thought, like, since he wants, so let me try it. And there is my habit. Once I do something, I put my 100% in that. So even if I personally doesn't had a desire to go for that, but just because someone insisted, because of that reason, I started writing. So first time I came to know that I have a good skills of writing also. I was not knowing this particular thing, but the only thing is because someone insisted, I started writing. I gave my 100% in that. So at that time, I got the first prize in that case study competition. At
Wow.
that time, this competition was only for the Urban Cooperative Bank. But afterwards, I participated in two other competitions, which were for all the nationalized and private banks. And I think so, I won around 3 to 4 prizes for this case writing competition. So if that time, initially, if I have said no, then I would have never known that I have a writing capacity also. Since I did not say no, I participated in a competition, I gave my 100%, I got the results, and which motivated me to again participate in other competitions. And then I again started to write the articles also on a banking. So this is a one event in which I have came to know about my own capabilities, and which has helped me a lot.
That's wonderful. That's a wonderful story. So
Thank you.
these are the advantages when you try to come out of your comfort zone and try new things.
Yes, many times. See, banking is always a transferable job. So I was in a credit department. Then I was shifted to a secretariat department. Then from a secretariat department, now I'm a part of a HR department. So it's a completely a different situations. But I have always considered this as one of the opportunities. Many of the qualities which one post, for example, as a credit analyst, you need a good credit analysis skill. As a secretariat part, you should have a proper management skills, and as a HR, you should have a completely a human approach. So it was a very changing approach which was required, but somehow I managed to do it. And as I said you, when I never say no for anything, and I give my 100%. So that is the reason why I was able to handle the tough situations as well. Of course, you need a good support from your team members as well as the higher ups. So you need to have a good contacts with them. See, you should have a good behavioral aspects also. You should have a good rapport with them also. Many times it happens that your higher ups tells you something which you do not like, but I most of the time do not react instantly, because I feel that when you react instantly, the other person is not in a mood to accept it. So I just wait for a 24 hours or the 48 hours. Then when I feel that it is the right time to tell my own views, I share my own views. So this is the way I can say I have a good rapport with all the members, and this has helped me even in my tough times, or when I had a change in a job roles also, this has helped me a lot.
That's nice. So moving on to the next question. Are there
Yeah.
any techniques that you use to accelerate the adoption of these habits?
Yes, of course, there are techniques to formulate the habits, because every day we come to know about the good things. But if we convert that good things into the implementation, and that also on a daily basis, then only it becomes a habit. So what I do is, every day I read or come to know about the good things, but let us decide only one thing at one time. You continuously follow it for the next 30 days. See, every day you have to tell yourself that I want to implement this habit. You just tell it for the 10 times. At the half of the day, just review it whether you have tried to follow that habit. If you do it for the 30 days, I think so from the 31 day, it will definitely build into your blood, and it will become your habit. Other strategy which I follow to remember the things. For example, something which I have read, I want to do it again and again. So I just try to read it again within a 24 hours. Then again I repeat it at every 7 days. And then I again repeat it at a 30 days. See, I love teaching also. So when I teach to my students, what I tell them, whenever I teach you, just repeat the things within 24 hours, then again repeat the things within 7 days, and then repeat the things within 30 days. If you do that, then you will definitely remember these things. So these are the two strategies which I apply for formulation of a habit.
Okay, so that's an interesting one. I'll definitely try to implement it. So, what, according to your habits, that women, especially working women, should implement?
I think so. Working women, they are very efficient. If we talk about any senior level, junior level, middle level, but what they need to focus, or what habit they should have, is just take care of yourself. Because every day from the morning to the end, we take care of the others, but we are a major part of the family. So first, we should have a good habits of eating a healthy food and exercise. So I think so. You should focus on your health. If you are healthy, you can succeed in your professional life and the personal lives. So just take care of your health. That habit that every woman should have. And if you are a healthy, I think so you can do anything.
So, moving on to the last question. What books would you like to recommend for younger women?
See, I personally tell you my own experience. when I was pregnant, it is around 1.5 years back. So at that time, I started reading a corporate Chanakya book, which is written by the Radhakrishnan Pillai.
Okay.
So that helped me a lot. See, everybody says when you are conceiving a baby, you should try to read the good books. So I started reading it. It was very helpful in my professional life. And now I'm reading one another book, which is a family wisdom, which is written by the Robin Sharma, the author of the book The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. So this family wisdom I am reading here, and which is helpful me to maintain the balance between the professional life and the personal life. So I think so if you read these two books, then one book helps you in a professional life, the other book helps you in a personal life. And if you are able to manage both the things, I don't think so the woman needs any other thing. So these are the two books which will help you a lot. And I again insist one thing. See, reading a book is one thing, but you should try to implement the things which you find the good into the books. So many times we read, but we do not implement. So you don't get the results. So you should implement it and read the book again and again at a 6 months or a 1 year, so that you can have an idea. Okay, I have read it, I found it good, but I'm not able to cultivate a habit of doing that. So that realization is also important. Once you repeat the book, you have that realization. So definitely you will have a habit of implementing these things. So I definitely suggest these two books for every woman. Just go for it.
In fact, I am reading that book right now, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. So that's the book I'm reading
Okay.
right now. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm trying to implement the techniques that he has mentioned in that book. So I'll definitely
Right.
read
Right.
the other one as well.
Right.
Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am, for being here and sharing those wonderful insights. And we look forward to have more such conversations with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Sneha.